Women cheat every single day. Well, I'm not gonna say every single day. women, hold on. I was gonna say every single day with my chest, but women cheat by way of the attention that they appreciate by other men.
That's
cool.
That's their
Exactly. So cool, you're not going out and lipsing people, do you know what I mean? Like stepping out physically in a relationship, but you like the fact that your quote unquote work husband likes when you wear a skirt. So now every Friday you wear a skirt because you like the attention. It's the same thing. You're not going to tell your husband, oh, you know, Ben likes when I wear a skirt, but you're kind of doing the same thing. Like when more people but one is with being that men and women are designed differently, and women's quote unquote DNA is more about the attention part. You're cheating by way of kind of accepting and entertaining attention.
Why is it that the new generation of men want to be pursued? Like
I got 3 reasons in mind. Most women have perpetuated the idea that they want to date the top 1% of men. And the majority of men are aware that we are painfully not that guy. 2, women aren't aware how horrible they are when it comes to rejecting men. Like so many times now when a man goes out on a limb to just approach a woman and let them know that he's feeling her. Like women don't understand. There's only so many times you can get rejected before you say, fuck this, I'm not doing it anymore. Final reason is simple. A lot of women have pushed the idea that they want to be left alone. And how many times must a man hear, leave me alone, I don't want to talk to you, before we say, go, we won't fucking talk to you then. Let's just go chase some money. But our best solution is, only want people who want you. AKA, pursue me fast. But the problem is, women don't want to taste that rejection that they be handing out so freely. So if you want to be independent, act like it.
Exactly, it's very simple. So a lot of guys realize that the juice really isn't worth the squeeze a lot of times. A lot of times it's not worth putting all the effort in, do all the stuff. And it's just so much easier to focus on yourself, guys. That's why you got to do it. You got to focus on growing yourself, bro, because that's what will give you real fulfillment, bro. No matter how many people you get with, no matter how many, it doesn't mean anything really. What really matters is that if you can fulfill yourself and provide for your family, your friends, and have a relationship with God.
The woman stops becoming sexually interested in the man. It happens in most relationships. She nags him. She treats him with disrespect. What the hell? What did I do? How do I change this? He starts doing dishes, giving her a back rub in order to get her to have sex with him. This happens because is that the man stops being a man. When you're probably first dating your girlfriend, you probably had a lot of other interests, a lot of other things that were going on in your life. She wasn't the sole thing in your life. You probably had some backbone. You probably didn't just do whatever she wanted.
As soon as you said I have to audition for
This is every man's nightmare as a father. I would wish this upon my worst enemies.
Yeah, man, God bless that father, man. If that happened to me, I don't know what I would do, bro. I don't know what I would do, man. That's crazy, man. Hey, sometimes you can raise them the best you can. Sometimes they just go down that path, honestly. So, honestly, bro, father, it's not really your fault. Especially now in today's society, it's getting easier and easier to do stuff like this.
They're forcing women to have kids with dudes that ain't got McDonald's money. Wait, where's the accountability here? You laid down. You allowed that dude to end you. You brought the baby to full term. Force?
You're in a bad relationship. This is not a big surprise, but how safe are you to argue with? It's not the argument that tells if you're in a bad relationship. The best relationships, you're consistently challenged, but you know how to navigate a disagreement so it doesn't turn into a full-blown fight. If you're not safe, and you're not safe to argue with, then you don't have a good relationship.
Hey! Anthony! What the hell? Why the fuck did you do that? Anthony!
Friends with a guy that is in lack of women or money, because it's not a bad man that I'm worried about, because a lot of times a bad man is too lazy to do anything. It's a desperate man that I'm worried about, because a desperate man will do very desperate things.
Yes. Ruthless will give you several benefits. One, it will turn off masculine women. They can't stand ruthless men. And it's also chameleon detected. It's chameleon radar, because so many chameleons out here can play the game, know the buzzwords, but they cannot stand being around men who are ruthless, because eventually they're like, he's gonna find out, he's gonna find out, he's gonna find out.
You might be right.
Yeah, I know I'm right.
Hey, it's sad, but it's true. A lot of the most successful people in this world, almost all of them, are completely, absolutely ruthless. Completely ruthless. You look at someone like Elon Musk. He didn't actually found Tesla. He actually bought the company and kicked everyone out and completely overhauled the whole company. Now he turned into $1 billion company. so many people. Steve Jobs, he did so many terrible things to his company and his employees, but it worked and allowed him to become the amazing man he is. So honestly, bro, being ruthless is a necessary evil, and a lot of times we want to become successful on that certain level. You can be successful and not be super ruthless, but you have to have some sort of boundaries.
But really think about it though. As men, we're supposed to be solution oriented, right? You talk about masculinity. Masculinity is a solution-oriented man. A lack of masculinity is a man who's constantly focused around a problem, want to constantly argue about things. I'm not going back and forth with you, right? The goal is for us to have a solution in place so we can move forward, right? Men, we think forward. So masculinity is a part of it. So the thing is, if I don't believe I can add fruitfulness to the conversation that allows us to move from this, then I'm not operating in a sense of masculinity, right? Because I'm operating, I'm trying to argue, go back and forth, trying to go over and trying to figure out who's about to win the conversation. I don't care. In fact, I don't care who's going to win the conversation. I care about, can we move this forward so that we can continue building, right? That's the part that matters most, because it means we both win in this scenario. Nobody wins when they're not building. That's why Jay-Z said nobody wins when the family feuds, right? What are we about to do right now? And that's just how I see it, you know. So if I don't believe it's fruitful at the time, I'll separate myself. I'll get back to you. And when I do, it's going to be so impactful. We're both going to understand each other. And now our relationship is actually probably going to grow even further because you're like, man, that was out of respect. I appreciate that.
What I want you to start doing is start dating women that are into you.
My dad taught me this at a young age, and this is something that he lived by when he was in his dating era of his life. I like who likes me. It's just that simple. A lot of people's problem is we want people to like us who don't like us, who have no intentions of ever liking us. We want to make changes, apply so much pressure. You got to stop doing that. You need to focus on liking people who also like you. Just keep it simple. There is no reason to get hung up on why somebody doesn't like you. I could be better. No. There are plenty of people out there who will like you for you. You just need to find them and actually accept the fact that I need to focus on being around people that like me. It'll simplify your dating. I like who likes me. Keep it simple.
Bro, that's the key to life, bro. That's the key to life. Stop trying to get people to like you, man. A lot of people won't. A lot of people won't like you, bro. You can't force someone to like you. You have to be where you're celebrated, not tolerated. I say it all the time.
This is part of the reason why it's so hard to date nowadays. I have seen this type of video made 100 different times, and these are always the comments. Play the game or the game plays you. Play them like they play us. But what I don't understand is if you don't like getting played and you don't like getting treated like that, why are you treating others that way? Now, if you're talking to multiple people and they are all aware that you are talking to multiple people and that works for you, good for you. But I have a problem with people who do things like this and keep it a secret, because you can seriously hurt someone that way. I know, because I've been the other person. So let's not glamorize this.
From you guys that have maybe changed up your dating scene or how you feel about dating or whatever, what was that moment that broke you? What was that moment that literally made you think, I don't want to do this anymore. It's just not worth my time.
I have tried to make this probably 13 times. And, yeah, you've opened Pandora's box, so let me try to make it as simple as I can. Start in the beginning.
Leave women alone. Then ends up with a 1% like and match rates out of all the swipes.
We're going through insanity. We want a relationship with you. We want to be. We don't want to continuously start over and over and over again. But the relationship that our parents and grandparents had is gone. You know, we were raised on the values of better or worse, richer or poor, sickness and health. You guys don't want that anymore.
50 years ago, the average age of marriage for women was 21 years old. Today, that number is at 30 and climbing. Most women nowadays want to live their 20s as a so-called party phase.
And this year I have 110 people.
You guys want this dude who's already perfect. and is 6 foot tall and makes $200,000. And
What does a girl look for in a guy?
money and whatever else your expectations are.
A real man works 7 days a week.
We can't do that. And you guys don't let us become the men that we can be.
All men can change, and all men will change.
You want Mr. Perfect already. And even if you found him, your definition would change.
You're all replaceable.
We're tired of hurting. We're tired of starting over.
8 years and what happened?
8 years. I cheated on him.
We're tired of investing all of ourselves into these relationships and ending up back here.
Honestly, I look at this and I get honestly really sad. Like, I honestly get kind of sad. Because, like, there's just so many guys out there who just want to have, like, a nice chill relationship. Like, nothing too crazy. There's nothing too crazy. It's so weird where our society is going, and I don't know where it's going to end up, but this is sad, man. Well, honestly, the thing is, the American values and the Western values are starting to change. So if you really want that, a lot of people will say, get your passport. I mean, that's honestly what you can do.
Toxic masculine traits that girls actually crave. Number 1, stoicism. Now, I'm not saying to be completely emotionless, but as a man, you gotta keep your composure. Learn how to keep all your energy levels down in your nuts. Think of a mountain. Even in the strongest storm, it's grounded, immovable. Number 2, assertiveness. Sometimes as a man, you'll need to be strong enough to lay your foot down and say, you know what? No, this isn't healthy for our relationship.
Not sleep well knowing that somewhere in the world a girl just told a man good night and another man come pick me up. Don't sit right with me, nigga.
One thing that men should be grateful about for TikTok is for the men who are unaware of all the tactics of manipulation that women use in relationships. Like, when you come on TikTok, they just come on here and expose themselves freely, so that if you ever had any questions, or if you ever wondered if a woman was playing you or playing with you whenever she start crying because, you know, you're in an argument with her and you're telling her all of the valid points and she has nothing else to say, and you wanted to know if she was manipulating you, this video just gave you a lot of context.
Of course, when people are way too emotional when they shouldn't be, do all this stuff, they're definitely manipulating you, man. I'm telling you, if you're with someone like that, I don't care if they're your girl or your family member, you kick them out of your life, bro. Because that is toxic, evil, disgusting behavior. You do not deserve that, man. It's just terrible. It's sad how, like, and a lot of times this behavior is just, they just let it happen. Like, it's not, there are no consequences.